Hi, this is Steve Wagenheim. A lot of people have been asking me about Diceology and exactly what it's all about. So I thought that today I would just briefly go over the basics of Diceology so that you get a fairly decent idea of what's involved. Diceology is a form of divination similar to tarot cards, cartouche, numerology, yarrow sticks, whatever it is you may be using. The only difference is that Diceology uses dice. Now, these are not just regular ordinary dice that you would find in a game of Monopoly. They are special sided dice ranging from 4 to 100 sides. Now, there are two types of Diceology readings. There is a basic reading, which uses your 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12-sided dice. And then you have your advanced readings, which also incorporate the 20-sided, 24-sided, and 100-sided dice. In this presentation, I'm just going to basically go over the basic dice. You could learn more about the more advanced dice and how to do readings when you actually get my Diceology book. Actually, it's 6 books because it incorporates many forms of divination with it. The 4-sided dice, that is what I call your season dice, because you have 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. This particular die will tell you roughly when the event is going to occur in the reading, which is very important to know, so you have some idea of what to plan for. Your 6-sided die is what I call your base die, or your basis or your foundation for the question. This gives you some insight into why the person is asking the particular question. There might be some underlying problems, there might be some concerns. This die will show you how important the question is to the person who's asking it. The 8-sided die is what I call the balance die. This die shows the balance between good and bad of any particular situation. For example, if the die were to roll with a higher value, this would show that the particular event, if it were to occur, would be advantageous to you, would be more beneficial. A lower number would mean that it wouldn't be so beneficial. Okay, that's the 8-sided die. The 10-sided die is your probability die. Okay, this is basically in percentages. The higher the roll, the higher the percentage of something occurring. That doesn't mean it's good or bad. This just means that whatever the thing is that is going to happen, that is the probability of it happening. The actual thing itself can be good or bad. That doesn't matter. That doesn't come into play with the 10-sided die itself. The 10-sided die is strictly showing you what the percentage is of that event occurring. Okay, and then finally, you have your 12-sided die, which is basically your final outcome. This is in relation to the question asked, will that particular event occur? Okay, a high roll means it probably will. A low roll means most likely it won't. And of course, you have varying degrees in between. That is the basics of Diceology. Now, it gets much more involved than that. As I said, in advanced readings, you have 20-sided, 24-sided, and 100-sided dice, which also come into play. But that is basically the foundation of Diceology. It's not hard to learn. It is really very fascinating once you get into it. You can use it in combination with astrology, tarot cards, numerology, and cartouche. And it gets very, very fascinating when you do that. So why don't you check out my site at www.diceology.com. And I guarantee you that once you get into this, you are really, really going to love it. This is Steve Wagenheim saying, hope you enjoyed this brief little explanation of Diceology, and you have yourself a great day.